guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Don, this is Rockin' the Country. I'm doing another Montauk Ed gift request. So Ed, shout out to you. Thank you for this gift, my friend. Ed has this way of just picking songs that somehow he vibes so well with, reaching into my soul and ripping its guts out in a good way. But Mary Chapin Carpenter's When She's Gone. That's why I think When She's Gone, oh my God, it's going to happen again. But Ed is giving a shout out to Finale 2012 for requesting this first, or maybe requesting Mary Chapin Carpenter first. I don't remember which. But nonetheless, When She's Gone is the song. And Mary Chapin Carpenter is from not that far from me. She's from Princeton. I grew up in Piscataway, New Jersey. And so Princeton from there was about a half hour. And I went to Rutgers and it was only 20 minutes. Rutgers philosophy, one of my two majors was philosophy. And Rutgers had the top philosophy department in the country at the time. And now, well, it rotates between, back then it rotated between Princeton, Rutgers, and NYU. 1, 2, and 3 top spots, right? And Rutgers had the number 3 department in the world. And now I think Princeton has dropped to number 10, and NYU and Rutgers are like the 1, 2 spots, right? So this is like my source of pride here. But Rutgers and Princeton used to have joint conferences and joint philosophy conferences. So I would attend those on occasion and stuff. But that's where Mary Chapin Carpenter's from. And she's not far from me in age, I don't think. So who knows? Maybe we ran into each other. Princeton's a very cool town if you haven't been there. So there's my little preamble to When She's Gone. Yeah, like Janice Ian commented about 3 weeks ago, because she was born in West Orange. And so I was talking about Jersey, and sometimes it induces comments. Here we go. When She's Gone.
She threw her purse upon the bed. She looked around and shook her head. There's really nothing left, she said. There's nothing I ain't done. She wore your favorite dress tonight. She hoped her hair would catch the light, and you just sat there getting tight. Double shots of rum. You don't care what people say. They're gonna say it anyway.
What are they saying?
You don't hear what you can't use. It's always been the same old rules. You don't beg and you don't plead, or miss a thing that you don't need. She knew by the way you kissed her. When she's gone, you won't miss her.
That would be brutal. Let's talk from the other side. And yet the same side, hers. It's like the omniscient narrator.
Morning comes on an old cat's paws. When the sun hits the walls, the light's as bright as it ever was, after or before. wind sets waking pounds your head, and you drag your arm across the bed, and the tangled sheets and the twisted spread fall onto the floor, and the kitchen table finds you silent. If you had a thought now, you can't find it. You take a long drag on your smoke and taste your coffee growing cold. She didn't beg and you didn't plead.
Yeah.
She knew exactly how to leave, the way she knew when you kissed her.
Yep.
When she's gone, you won't miss her. She didn't beg and you didn't plead. She knew exactly when to leave, the way she knew as you kissed her. When she's gone, you won't miss her.
I don't know which is better or worse. Someone misses you or they don't. It's easier to stay away if they don't. Does she even have a bad song? See, these lyrics didn't mean anything to me when I was a kid, so I never even would have listened to a song because the instrumentation didn't either. When I was younger, I was into rock. But then you get older and you hear a song like this, the lyrics, you can relate to them, for one. I can relate to these lyrics. But from the flip side, that like when she's gone, she won't miss me. I don't know if that's true or not, but it sure feels like that when you go through a relationship in which the other person leaves. But you can relate to it. You just picture what the person's going through, and then it's like, well, in a breakup, is it better that the person misses you or they don't? On a certain emotional heart level, yeah, you want them to miss you because it means that like you still mattered. You brought something to the table that was enough for them to even miss. Like John Moreland did that. I did this about 3-4 years ago. You didn't care enough for me to cry, something like that. And it's like, yeah. In this case, if they don't miss you, it's easier to stay away from that person. If they do miss you, you might get together for a hookup or you might try rekindling it. Generally, those don't work. There's a reason you broke up in the first place. But, I mean, you can resurrect it if you find out that you really, really miss one another. But in this case, she can tell by the way he kissed her that he's not going to miss her. So if she goes, she's just going. And those steps are just tough. You do them numb. That's how you do those things. You're not even crying like that in the moments like that. You would just be walking out into some new unknown life numb. And you know the work ahead of you is to figure out who you are. What do you need to do to improve as a person? What will the next relationship, if there is one, look like? What will it be like? Who will you be with? How will you recover? How will you learn to trust? Will your self-esteem take a hit because this person didn't even miss me, you know? And we didn't know how long they were together. You know, in my brain, I automatically assume, oh, they're like married and stuff. And maybe not. Maybe they were only going out for 2 months. But, you know, when the heart gets involved, there's a risk. That's just that simple. Oh, Ed. How do I always forget that it's you until I'm like giving the final like shout out and stuff. But I get so enthralled with and wrapped by the lyrics and analyzing them and connecting them to real life, my life, any life, just theoretical life, that I get lost in it. So, all right, I'm going to rate this song. And the number that popped into my head on this was a 9.3. On the strength of the details, I don't think on these terms. I'm way too factual, but she thinks on human behavioral, emotional levels and sees things that would just never dawn on me. And of course, her voice. I mean, she is just the consummate professional with a beautiful voice, but it's the way she sings with that voice that makes the difference. So there it is. All right, Ed. Montauk Ed, shout out again. Thank you. Finale 2012. Ed's giving you a shout out. So there it is. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you on another video. Keep rocking the country.